voice wrapped like a circle. Round my mind, it won't let go. And when you're near, I'm so uncertain.
You're listening to Chill Your Mind Radio.
Say my words are slow. The coffee shop where I first met you, Americano to take for two. Oh, they were the days. Different cities are all the same, but I get lost when I hear your name. All the clubs and the after parties are done for me before they started. Now I'm just out of sync. I don't know what to think, 'cause you make the small things feel. You make the small things feel so big. That one night I met your parents, I almost forgot my name. In the kitchen with your father, pretending that I watched the game. The coffee shop where I first met you, Americano to take for two. Oh, they were the days. Different cities are all the same, but I get lost when I hear your name. All the clubs and the after parties are done for me before they started. Now I'm just out of sync. I don't know what to think, 'cause you make the small things feel. You make the small things feel so big. My when they first party, my when they know, oh, my when they first party, you make the small things feel so big. My when they first party.
Walking on this lonely hill, what have I done? No, I don't remember. No one knows just how I feel, and I know that my time is coming soon. It's been so long, oh, such a long time since I've lived with peace and rest. Now I am here, my destination, and I guess things work for the best. And I know some man beside me, yeah, that they call the King of the Jews. Well, they don't believe that he's the Messiah. Somehow I know I deserve it, I receive. Jesus, when you in your kingdom, could John please remember me, yeah. Well, he loves me, still holding on. The tears fall from his eyes, and he says, I tell the truth. I said, yeah, you will be with me in paradise. Oh, yes, and I know that my time, yes, my time is coming soon. Oh, yes, and I know that my time, yes, my time is coming soon. Oh, yes, and I know He's coming in Genesis, he's the breath of life. In Exodus, the Passover lamb. In Leviticus, he's our high priest. Numbers, fire by night. Deuteronomy, he's Moses' voice. In Joshua, he is salvation's choice. Judges, lawgiver. In Ruth, the kinsman redeemer. First and second Samuel, our trusted prophet. In Kings and Chronicles, he's sovereign. Ezra, a true and faithful scribe. In Nehemiah, he's the rebuilder of broken walls and lives. In Esther, he's Mordecai's courage. In Job, the timeless redeemer. In Psalms, he is our morning song. In Proverbs, wisdom's cry. Ecclesiastes, the time and season. In the Song of Solomon, he is the lover's dream. He is, he is, he is. In Isaiah, he's Prince of Peace. Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. In Lamentations, the cry for Israel. Ezekiel, he's the call from sin.
and Daniel the stranger in the fire. In Hosea, he is forever faithful. In Joel, he is the Spirit's power. In Amos, the arms that carry us. In Obadiah, he's the Lord our Savior. In Jonah, he is the great missionary. In Micah, the promise of peace. In Nahum, he is our strength and our shield. In Habakkuk and Zephaniah, he's pleading for revival. In Haggai, he restores the lost heritage. In Zechariah, our fountain. In Malachi, he's the son of righteousness, rising with healing in his wings. He is. In Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, he is God, man, Messiah. In the book of Acts, he is the fire from heaven. In Romans, he's the grace of God. In Corinthians, the power of love. In Galatians, he is freedom from the curse of sin. Ephesians, our glorious treasure. Philippians, the servant's heart. In Colossians, he's the Godhead Trinity. Thessalonians, our coming King. And Timothy, Titus, Philemon, he's our mediator and our faithful pastor. In Hebrews, the everlasting covenant. In James, the one who heals the sick. In 1st and 2nd Peter, he is our shepherd. In John and in Jude, he's the lover coming for his bride. In the Revelation, he is King of kings and Lord of lords. He is the Prince of Peace, the Son of Man, the Lamb of God, the great I am. He's the Alpha and Omega, our God and our Savior. He is Jesus Christ the Lord. And when time is no more, he
Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. All right. Good morning.
You may be seated. May be seated. Thank you. May be seated. Good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on YouTube today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it also. And two, welcome to the morning show with me and BBD. BBD will be joining us here in a minute on the phone. Happy Friday to everybody. Y'all watched that Miami game last night, didn't you? I know most of you did. I'm sure most of you did. If you don't have the ACC network, you probably found somewhere on YouTube to follow along or something. But Miami comes out on top 31-14. So Miami currently more wins than any other Power 5 team in America. So that means something. That's important. Oh, yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Do you have the ACC network, Lou?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, so you didn't have any problems last night either.
No.
Apparently, a lot of people were having problems with those free links, so they didn't get to see the big game.
Yeah.
Hate it for them.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm. The big debut of Mr. King.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about it?
Mixed results on De'Aaron King, in my opinion.
First half, he looked awful, I thought, for a Messiah.
Missed a lot of throws. Miami left a lot of points on the board. I mean, I hate to come on here and talk about things Miami did wrong. They won 31-14, and I get it, it's UAB, but,
Really should have been 31-7. Slim really should have nailed that score.
Yeah. They had the muff punt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it.
But, look at Miami's last three games. So 31-14 over UAB is a pretty big deal, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, team had a game under their belt already, and
right
in these tough and trying times. So, yeah,
I mean, UAB is better than FIU.
Oh yeah.
Hell,
they might be better than probably better than Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So a lot of people nitpicking De'Aaron King and I get it. The hype was through the roof, and so that's what happens. But
did he have a passing and throwing touchdown last night, or did that streak come to an end?
He threw for a touchdown, didn't he? Yeah.
Did he rush for one?
Yeah, I know he rushed for one.
Okay,
let me. I don't want to say. Let me.
Pretty crazy streak he's got going. If he did.
Pretty sure he did though. Let's see. Here we go.
RMF Tide said, yeah, he had both.
We'll read off his stats here. De'Aaron King, 83 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Passing, 144 yards, 1 touchdown. Let me point something out here. His passing stats: 16 of 24, 144 yards, and a touchdown. Now, you know who that reminds me of? Jack Fromm.
I was going to say somebody by the name of Jack Fromm.
Jack Fromm averaged about 140, 150 a game. Now, difference is this 83 yards rushing and another touchdown.
He put a negative in front of that 80 yards rushing, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
God, I hate when ESPN
Johnson
does this.
rolling.
That really, any website, I can't stand that.
Sneak those
The videos that just
videos
automatically
in.
play on a web page
Yeah.
is the most irritating damn thing.
It's everywhere now.
I know.
Twitter does it.
I know.
Facebook. Who we got to get a hold of to stop this?
The king of the Jews,
Mm.
Celine Driver. LouandBVD@gmail.com. Thank you. Send your hate mail there. I think Celine Driver needs to get a T-shirt that says "The King of the Jews."
Hey, why not?
Celine Driver, if I send you a T-shirt that says "The King of the Jews," will you wear it on one of your Wednesday live streams, but not say anything about it during the stream? Just be wearing it. That would be. Or should I do it?
I think you should do it. Speaking of Lou and BBD@gmail.com, you don't check the mail anymore, right?
No,
Pretty much
you said
left
you
that
told
up
me
to
I
me.
didn't have to.
No, you don't. You don't. I was just checking to see if you maybe
Is there hate mail on there?
the one. No,
Oh,
the one
that
email,
sucks.
the one unopened email we have. I won't read his name, but he says, "I'm a big time Canes fan and was watching your morning show and couldn't believe what a moron that guy was that called in about BYU. The guy was horrible. Sad there are people so ignorant on this planet." Great
Yeah.
response, Lou. I let my daughter and wife watch it just to see how many morons we have around us. Keep up the great content. Regards, yada yada. Blah blah. Phone number.
You know that guy. That guy. He wasn't able to get all his anger and frustration out over the phone. He had to go ahead and email me too. That
Talking
guy.
about, yeah.
I didn't even read most of it. I think I read like the first line of the email, and then I just replied, "We aren't pen pals. Stop emailing me."
That wasn't very nice, Lou.
I don't think the email was very nice.
Would you call that a tit for a tat?
Who does that guy think he is talking to the king of the Jews that way? That's what I want to know.
Well, since you're gonna go ahead and go on about this, I think a shirt definitely needs to be made. Any chance we could make it pink?
I wish I would have
With black
screenshot.
letters?
I wish I almost screenshot that last night, but I didn't. I'm still hoping you will do what I suggested.
What did you
I
suggest?
think an impersonation video would be amazing.
Of?
Well, what do you?
I'm not a very good impersonator of Lou.
Doesn't matter if you wear what you were wearing. It wouldn't matter.
Okay. Gotcha. Say no more.
Say no more, fam.
Done. Done and done.
Yeah.
Not today, but
No, you don't have time.
done and done. No, I don't.
You don't have time.
No.
Right.
Big football day today.
Yeah. Football high school games tonight around 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, I got way too much to do between 10 and 7.
Clearly, yeah.
Some ironing to do.
19th anniversary of 9/11 today.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, we have to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a law. It's in the Patriot Act that they passed while we were all asleep in the middle of the night, 3 days after 9/11. It's in the Patriot Act. Any show you do in the future on today, you have to mention 9/11. So
Well,
I was in college
uh,
back then. I was on the way to class, and I think I saw something about it on the TV in the morning, but it was before they really knew what was going on. Like, I think when I left the house, it was just, oh no, a plane has hit the World Trade Center, but they didn't. That was it. No terror. They just an accident.
first they didn't even really even know what had happened.
Right.
Building's on fire.
Then on the way to school, I was listening to whatever the news station was at the time on the radio, and a second plane hit while I was on the way to school, and I knew something was up. I mean, two accidents, no. So I pulled off the road and parked in a Dairy Queen parking lot and listened to the radio for like 30 minutes. Then I was like, I'm not going. I turned around, went back home.
You ever go
turned
back
on
and
the news, watch that for 3 days or a week straight or whatever it was.
Oh yeah. You ever go back and watch that morning?
Clips on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I tell you what's really good, and probably a lot of people have never heard it, but Howard Stern was of course live that morning. He broadcast from New York City, and his entire show from that morning is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting to go back and watch now. He was pissed off, but
Maybe we need to recreate that. A live recreation of Howard Stern,
Yeah.
9/11. I know I've mentioned it, and probably even to you. My brother was standing on his balcony when the second plane hit. Saw it hit.
was his balcony in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be an important part of the story to include.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to tell that story and then say, yeah, he lived in Louisiana
Right.
somewhere. Of course, I guess there probably were people standing on their balconies in Louisiana when it happened.
Yeah, with beads, getting ready to,
Yeah.
Uh,
But no, that's a true story. He was right there.
yeah, that was crazy. If you didn't live through that, there's really no way to explain it. It was on every channel, and I don't mean the news channels and the regular. I mean, it was on ESPN.
Yeah, every
ESPN was
channel.
canceled for a week. There was no ESPN. You turned it to ESPN and it was news. Not Sports Center anchors talking about 9/11. There was no ESPN. It was off the air. It was news.
If you woke
Every
up that
channel,
morning,
200 channels, all covering 9/11 for 2, 3, 4 days, whatever it was. I mean, it was unbelievable. I'll never see anything else like it again. I'm sure. It was surreal. It didn't seem real.
if you woke up that morning and turned on your TV right about the point where everybody was running away from the cloud, you're obviously late to the game, but still, if you woke up that late and saw that on TV, probably thought you had turned it on to some movie channel.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I don't know, scary, freaky, weird, surreal, crazy. And then all the other stuff kept coming in, all the other news. Pentagon,
Mm-hmm.
plane crashed in a field. How many people?
What, passed away?
Yeah, how many people?
It was about
perished?
3,000. About 3,000. Yeah, it was. If you weren't old enough to know what was going on, there's really no way to explain or describe what it was like to be around when that was going on, and that's way down here. I can't imagine like your brother or I have a brother-in-law and a sister-in-law who both live up there, and they don't work in New York City anymore, but they worked in New York City then.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law's father worked for years down in the World Trade Center. Now he was he was, I don't remember if he was retired then or just wasn't working that day, but he had friends that lost their life. My brother-in-law's father had coworkers and friends that were down there that day. The first time I ever went to the 9/11 memorial down there was with my brother-in-law. It has a different effect on people, obviously, who were somehow directly affected by it. You know.
Yeah. Closest I've ever been to New York City was, I think it's called Liberty City Park, maybe across the river there in New Jersey.
Yeah. So you could see New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably could smell it too. No, that was New Jersey. That was definitely, that was New Jersey.
Yeah,
You smelled.
that
Yeah.
was,
That was New Jersey. You smelled.
yeah. What was weird, I thought, you would go under an overpass in New Jersey, and it was, instead of it being a road up there, it was like trees and bushes and nature and stuff. Guy told me it was for the wild animals to cross the road. I don't know if he was pulling my chain or factual information given.
Yeah. I've been a couple of different times now to the 9/11 memorial, and it's changed a lot over the last 20 years. But I mean, for a long time, it was a hole in the ground with
Oh, yeah.
with security fencing and stuff around it, you know. And then eventually they got it all cleared out, and of course started building the memorial that's there now. And then right adjacent to that is the new building that they built. What do they call that? The Freedom Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Freedom
Been
Tower.
in it? Have you been in it?
I have not been in the Freedom Tower, but the last time I went to New York, 2 years ago, I think, 3 years ago. Now we when we go to New York, we stay on Long Island with my wife's sister and her family, but usually 1 or 2 nights while we're there, we will stay in New York City. We'll get a hotel and just stay in New York City for a couple of days. And this last time that we were there, we stayed in a hotel that was right across the street from the 9/11 memorial and right next door to the Freedom Tower. And from our hotel window, we were way up, we were looking right down onto the 9/11 memorial. I made a video from in the hotel room showing it and stuff. I wouldn't be able to find it now, probably, even if I tried, but it's a very strange feeling when you're there. The only thing I can even compare it to, and you're really not supposed to compare anything to this, and it's not the same. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just saying there are some similarities. But about 15 years ago, when I was in Germany, I did a tour of a concentration camp. And when you walk through that, I mean, the concentration camp, there's nothing going on there now. I mean, you know, they've basically turned it into like a museum, and so some of the buildings are there that didn't get destroyed or whatever, and there's plaques, and you can read, here's what happened here, and like they have a gas chamber there, you know, and anyway, when you know what happened there, I mean, it's just a piece of land now, you know, but when you know what happened there, like when you walk through there, it's a very odd feeling that you get. Creepy's not the right word, but like the hair on the back of your neck stands up a little, just knowing what the things that happened there.
Yeah.
And when you go to the 9/11 memorial, it's a similar feeling. I'm not comparing 9/11 to the Holocaust. That's not what I'm doing. I mean, a million people died in the Holocaust. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just comparing the feeling I had being at each place.
Yeah.
People get sensitive about the Holocaust for obvious reasons. So I'm not comparing 9/11 to the Holocaust, but the feeling of just the feeling of being somewhere where you know something really terrible happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, strange.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I have a ton of old VHS home videos, and I don't know how I ended up with this one, but I have a video of one of my longtime friends in Raleigh. It's I guess a video he got from his parents that somehow ended up in my pile of tapes, and it's actually his parents touring New York, and they go up in the World Trade Centers and uh, have multiple different shots of the Twin Towers from a distance. I, I guess you would call that a pretty cool video. Um, People that went through that probably wouldn't, but it's still wild to see movies from back then that had the Twin Towers in the background and stuff.
Yeah. I never. The first time I went to New York, I think it was 2006. It was 2006 because my wife was pregnant with our first child. So I never went to, the Twin Towers. But in 2006, when I was there, it was still basically a hole in the ground with a fence around it. They didn't have the memorial or anything yet at the time. Now they do, but so I was never there either prior to 2001. So I never got to see it myself.
What year did they finally finish the Freedom Tower?
I don't know, but it seems like it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't that. Well, yeah, it wasn't very long. It wasn't that long ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That seems like we were talking about this the other night in one of Carter's late night streams. I was one of the people that thought they should have built the buildings back just like they were.
Yeah. A lot of people had. Yeah, there were a lot of people that wanted something like that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they couldn't have built them back exactly like they were. But it would have kind of been a slap back in the face a little bit of terrorism if they could have done that.
Yeah.
19 years.
Invading Iraq really showed them who was boss, though.
Yeah, that did a little bit towards that, didn't it?
Yeah. Shout out to weapons of mass destruction.
Cave dwellers.
They said Saddam Hussein was hiding in a spider hole, didn't he?
Something like that.
The hell is a spider hole? Brian Biak, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Can't believe it's been almost 20 years." Yeah, yeah. Think about it. Freshman and sophomore college football players were not alive on 9/11. Juniors and seniors were 1-2 years old.
Mm-hmm. My daughter was almost exactly a year old. That happened, and then 7 days later, we were celebrating my daughter's first birthday. Somehow didn't seem right.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff was canceled. Like, it was so weird. It's just, you start. It's almost. I mean, like the Tonight Show, Dave Letterman. None of that stuff was on the air for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem like a long time now, but at the time, I mean, it was like everything stopped. Places were closed.
Stuff started coming back, people were trying to decide if it was the right time to, is it too soon to start back?
Yeah. I remember we almost didn't play college football that next weekend.
Yep.
I mean, there was some serious discussion and consideration of canceling. And that's where the whole, if you don't go to the mall and buy a shirt, then the terrorists win. That's where all that started. Remember that?
Yes, and everybody had a flag.
Yeah. If you stay home, if you don't go to Starbucks, then the terrorists win. You go to Walmart, buy a 12-pack of socks, or else the terrorists win. That's how they were able to get everybody back to, trying to live their life.
Yeah.
But it was like time stood still for like a week, really. That weekend, college football played, and then the next Monday, the Tonight Show and all that came back on the air, and people kind of started get back to normal. But it was weird. But yeah, that's what we were told. You know, do whatever you were doing on September 10th, or the terrorists win. And we can't have that. You know? So you better get back. You better go stand in line at Walmart, buy something, go to a movie. You know?
Wonder if they have not reunions, that wouldn't be the right word, but for babies that were born that day in New York,
Oh.
or babies of I don't know. You see what I'm trying to get at there? That there's a whole different realm of people that were affected by this and still are today.
Now
But we're
seems
sitting.
seems like a really good time to read a PayPal from Mike Reiser.
Oh yeah, good timing there.
Yeah.
If you don't read that PayPal joke from Mike Reiser, the terrorists win.
Right. He says, "What does 9/11 and half a jar of peanut butter have in common?" Sir.
Uh-oh.
Sir. I'm just kidding. That's not what he says at all. He says, the University of Pitt, where where Ancestry.com and eHarmony meet.
Mm.
Find your cousin, then date her.
Might be an Alabama fan or two out there that dispute that.
Yeah, are there backwards people in Pitt? I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, Pitt is really close to West Virginia.
Now, we love Mike Reiser, right?
Of course.
But if I were to tell you to list the most inbred states in America, where would Pennsylvania be on that list? Where would West Virginia be on that list? And I'm just asking. Clearly, Alabama is the king of the hill there, but
so to speak.
Yeah.
I would imagine, and this is pure speculation, if I had to put my thinking cap on and guess, I'd say West Virginia ranks higher.
That would, public perception definitely is that. I could say that.
Listen, Captain Trips, sir, listen up, Captain Trips. There is no inbreeding in Tennessee. We have a toothlessness problem here, not inbreeding. Get it right.
The King of the Jews has blessed us with a PayPal this morning.
Okay.
He says, "Wait, now I'm confused. Am I the King of the Jews?" A nice, lifelong Jewish man. Or is this redhead guy the king? As for where I was 19 years ago, I was at home. I had the day off. I was playing with my kids, 3 and 4 months old. They had no idea their lives changed that day. The answer to your question is yes. Thank you for the PayPal.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
I'm going to post a collection plate in you're going to have to take over for a second. I can't with these. Anyway, there's the collection plate. I'll be back in a second.
All righty. I think this would be a appropriate time to say shame on Lou for that, but when's not an appropriate time to say shame on Lou? Just when he got his bullying under control yesterday morning, Mm, 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 mm. Did you guys notice yesterday, though? I'm pretty sure you did, but did you notice yesterday he was wearing a pink shirt with the collar popped? I noticed. How many of you noticed? And is a popped top, so to speak, still fashionable in 2020? Now, if you missed it late last night, our buddy, our dear friend, Uncle Lou here, said that, forget how he worded it, but basically, he said that was an accident. And so were the other times that we've seen him on here with the pop top. Now, I personally, I think it's a good look. It kind of fits Lou. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree? Lou just seems like the type of guy that if he wore a polo shirt, the collar would almost have to be up, or something wouldn't be right. Gravitational pull of Earth would be off. Then, of course, there's this whole theory that you're not supposed to wear a popped top collar unless you're wearing cargo shorts. And we couldn't see if he had cargo shorts on or not yesterday. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that he did. You said it, Wilkie, not me. But and just in case we have some of the 77 people, 78 people watching that can't hear or read, Wilkie said, Lou screams 2002 frat boy. Yeah, Pinecone's wanting me to move on to Miami. Yeah, there was a game last night. And yes, congratulations to Slim Shady Canes. Won himself a brand not new Miami Hurricanes cap last night from BBD TV. He really kind of nailed the score. He said 31-7, and had it not been for that muffed, to me that wasn't a muffed punt. He caught it, ran with it, and fumbled. I don't know if by definition that's a muffed punt or not, but whatever you want to call it, they turned the ball over right there inside the 20, and the Blazers took it in for the score a few plays later.
I didn't win a hat.
You didn't?
No, but I won enough money to buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, I heard you saying you procured yourself a little bit of gambling scratch.
Yeah. I put
Care to tell us?
$100. Miami minus whatever it was, 14 or 14 and a half, 15,
so
whatever.
You won 90? Is that how that works?
I think it was 92.50.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's like what, 40 Miami hats? What are those things? $4 or $5 a piece?
Well, not the one I'm giving away. $4 or $5 hat would be like one of the really high grade ones.
Oh, you don't have you don't have to claim $90 in gambling winnings on your taxes. No, you don't. That's not true. I don't gamble enough to have to claim it. And you don't claim every win you have. You claim your total over the course of the year. So believe me, I'll most likely be getting credit for a loss.
I hear you. Maybe you can clarify that, Lou.
What?
Everybody's calling it a muffed punt. Was it really a muffed punt, or was it he caught it and fumbled?
Well, I mean, he called it and fumbled, I guess, but I think people just use that term muffed punt for pretty much any time somebody fumbles a punt, regardless of when it happens. But
Yeah. Maybe they should start calling an interception a muffed pass. Who's your favorite football team in college, Lou?
Georgia, what kind of question is that?
Well, I was going somewhere with it, but then just as soon as I asked it, it left me. You got that to look forward to in a couple of 10 years or so.
Well, whatever it was you were about to say, I'm sure it was pretty profound.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
When do the things that come out of my mouth not seem to be profound?
Never. They're always very important and
Yeah.
usually noteworthy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's another thing these people don't realize. Half of Lou's copious notes are scribbled down messages of what I've said.
Lou just hates Pepperdine. Yeah. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's baseball powerhouses.
Do they have a football team?
I have no idea.
I know they have a basketball team.
I hate Pepperdine so much I've never even looked into whether or not they have a football team.
Yeah, that's a deep-seated hatred there.
Mhm.
Give me your top 5 hated college football teams in order.
I don't hate any team.
Okay.
I don't.
Give me your top 5 disliked teams. The 5 teams that when you see them
I can give you the
on TV, you really hope they don't win.
I don't really watch football that way. I don't feel that way about teams.
Hmm.
And it as far as what trying to name which teams I wish would lose, that would vary from week to week and depending on the circumstances from year to year. I could care less right now whether Tennessee wins or loses. It has no effect on me. But if Tennessee was challenging to win the East, I would probably be wanting Tennessee to lose a game or two. But as of right now, what do I care now? I don't care about it. I'm not worried about it. I don't
Says,
hate.
I thought you hated USC Junior.
They're the team that I could like. I don't know how to describe it. But if you ask Georgia fans, here's the way I look at it. If you ask a fan, okay, your team is going to go 1-11 next year. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is pick the one team they beat. For me, that would be South Carolina.
Okay.
Now, for a lot of Georgia fans, it would be Georgia Tech. For a lot of Georgia fans that live in Southwest Georgia, it would be Auburn. For a lot of Georgia fans, it would be Florida. But I don't hate South Carolina. I don't hate a football team. I mean, if you want me to pretend this is a trash talking video and say something like that's one thing, but I don't hate it.
No,
I don't hate a football team.
I'm just surprised that there's not really a team.
You hate Alabama?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, I give you my 5. The order, would probably depend on kind of what you were saying earlier, the circumstances. But I mean, there's 5 teams I never want to see win: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Notre Dame, Southern Cal.
Notre Dame and Southern Cal. Why?
I don't really know.
Do you typically hate things but don't know why?
Well,
or is it just Notre Dame and Southern Cal?
Hate's probably a strong word.
Well, that was my entire point, but you told me I was wrong.
I said for Southern Cal and Notre Dame.
Well, why are you including them in your top 5 most hated teams if you're not even sure if you hate them?
Okay, damn it, I hate them. How about that? I hate them all. Hate them all. I got little voodoo dolls in my desk drawer for each team, and I poke them nightly. Notre Dame, I think.
I mean, I'm an SEC homer, so what? So I don't like you say I hate South Carolina. Well, who do you think I pull for when South Carolina plays Clemson?
so
You ever
damn
pull for Alabama?
I'm honestly trying to think if I have ever pulled for Alabama.
Because if you hate them, you haven't. You can't pull for somebody to win that you hate. I can't anyway.
I guess I really haven't.
So I don't really. I mean, who I want to win and lose each week is based on a whole variety of factors, none of which is whether or not I hate the team or not. There are sometimes I want a team to lose because it would be hilarious for the channel. Florida versus Arkansas. It's not going to happen. But if Arkansas were to beat Florida, that would be absolutely hilarious because of the Felipe Franks thing.
That would be great.
So, I'll probably be, I'll want Florida to lose that game. It's not going to happen, but that's just an example. But of why I may want a team to lose one week or another that doesn't necessarily have to do with whether or not I hate the team or not. I don't hate Miami. Would have been hilarious if they lost last night, though. Now, I wasn't pulling for them to lose because I had money on them. But so there's a lot of different things that go into it. I was pulling for Tennessee hard in Butch Jones last year.
I bet you were.
Yeah. The only team I definitely hate is whoever we're playing next. There's no question 100% I want that team to lose. And I can't stand them.
For a week.
For a week. We play Arkansas week 1. I hate them.
No, you don't.
A few weeks down the road, I'll be pulling for them against Florida because it would just be hilarious.
You don't hate Arkansas. How can
I
you
will
hate
for a week.
The lovable little Razorbacks.
You ever been to Arkansas?
Actually, I don't think that was. No, I haven't.
I was making that joke earlier about smelling New York City, or no, maybe that must have been New Jersey you smelled. The worst smelling place I've ever been was Little Rock, Arkansas.
If you had to describe it.
I don't really know how to describe it, but you just walking around there's a river that runs through downtown Little Rock.
Oh, okay.
Is it the Arkansas River? I don't know what the name of the river is. Somebody will know. And I don't. It's almost like a. You ever left clothes in the washing machine for a little bit too long?
Mm-hmm.
That.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Gotcha.
It's kind of just a wet, damp, musty smell, and it's just in the air. It's just in the air. This was a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe they've cleaned it up. When was the last time I was in? I used to have to go to Arkansas a lot when I worked for Alltel. So what was that? Early to mid 2000s.
But nowhere near as bad as, say, a small town with a paper mill in it. Nothing like that, right?
Oh, paper mills do stink. Yeah, there's used to be a couple here. My dad used to work at one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I remember.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But the paper mill smells is limited to that immediate area.
Did he come home stinking?
Oh yeah, his truck smelled. He smelled. Yeah, there's no getting rid of that smell.
I'll tell you, one of my buddies. Well, hell, I guess I probably smelled like it before too. My buddy of mine was a cook at a pizza place, and every time that dude got off, man, it was just like it smelled nothing like a pizza place. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah.
I guess that goes about for any restaurant worker.
Yeah. I think that does go for about any restaurant worker, especially if they're working a grease pit or something.
Yeah.
That's another smell it's hard to get rid of,
Somebody a grease pit.
Yeah. That has a very distinct smell too. That just oil.
Mm-hmm.
And around a big vat of frying oil all day, hard to get that off of your clothes too. Slim Shady, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, Miami fans already sounding like Disney dogs. They're apparently hiding their offense for Clemson.
Yeah, but that defense looked good.
The defense looked good, but now I'm even more interested now in watching that Louisville Western Kentucky game. Miami plays at Louisville next weekend, and Louisville might have been Louisville might have been the most improved team from 18 to 19. They were awful in 18. How many games did Louisville win in 2018? I don't remember. They won 8 last year. I think it was 8. And now this is year 2 with that new coaching staff, Scott Satterfield or whatever. That could be a good game because Louisville can score. Now I know we'll see how they do against Miami's defense. And we'll know we got to watch Louisville play, but this weekend. But that could be a good game. Miami at Louisville next weekend. That's tougher competition than UAB.
Tiger Cat, are you in Knoxville? I'm guessing she's going to say no. You've heard this about this tiger, haven't you, Lou? Apparently, and maybe it's been captured by now, but as of 8:30 a.m. yesterday, the tiger has not been spotted. Tennessee authorities say so. Evidently, there's a freaking tiger.
You got a tiger running loose up there
in Knoxville. Yeah.
Oh, you escaped from the zoo, or is it one of these Tiger King situations where somebody had it in their backyard? You think?
Who knows? Let's see.
Somebody must know. Somebody's missing a tiger. Is it the zoo or is it a random individual?
Yeah, really? Let's see. Be on the lookout notice. The sheriff's office has issued a be on the lookout notice late Wednesday after a deputy reported seeing a tiger wandering in the Forks of the River Industrial Park.
That's called a bolo.
Okay, here we go. Tiger Haven, a big cat sanctuary. Well, this would be a bone.
Well, you said be on the lookout. That's a bolo. You're worried. I mean, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what it says. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, that's a bolo. Yeah.
Bolo. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Didn't know there was a big cat sanctuary in Kingston.
Well.
Was involved in the search for the missing big cat, but it remained unclear whether or not that's where the tiger initially escaped from. You know who they need to call?
Ghostbusters?
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Oh, man, screw that bitch, Carol Baskin. She killed her husband.
She owns Wynniewood now.
She killed her husband. I don't care about Wynniewood. She could own Winnie the Pooh for all I care.
What's crazy is while reading this story about this escaped tiger in Knoxville, here's a story right under it. Tiger King Carol Baskin's dead husband. Woman comes forward with new details.
Right.
Big tiger problem.
Speaking of big tiger problem and new details, Jeff Webster and Chess Hall. What did I miss here? I was perusing YouTube last night for no reason, and I forget what Chess Hall's. Chess Hall made a video basically called, I forget what it was called, haters back off or whatever, something, what you knew what it was, I was like, what is this? Something about the haters was the title of the video, and I clicked on it, and it's basically Chess Hall telling Jeff Webster to F off for 5 or 6 minutes. What happened there? What is that about? What did I miss?
Well, I mean, I don't know the details myself.
You have to know the details. You're on all these streams all the time. You have to know what happened. How do you not know?
No.
Well, who in the comment section knows who can come on and explain to us what happened between?
Somebody tell us what's up
between Jeff Webster and TikTok Chess Hall. Who can fill Uncle Lou in? Because I'm going to get them both on the show. I mean, that's happening.
I could give you a somewhat educated guess.
Well, no, you just already told us that you don't know, so don't try to now act like you do.
That's
So,
why it'd be a guess.
well, we're not interested in guesses. I could guess.
Okay, so you want detail. You want actual factual detail.
I want to know what the deal. I want to know exactly what I said. I want to know what's the deal with Jeff Webster and chess. You said I don't know, so I'm taking you at your word.
Okay.
I subscribe to the
Okay.
Maya Angelou philosophy in life. When people show me who they are, I believe them. Which fan base do you dislike the most? That's South Carolina. And I've said why a bunch of times. I live on the South. It's a geography thing with me. Jeff threatened to buy him a shirt, someone says. Chess was telling a story, and Jeff Webster said his former girlfriend had a boy. Oh, Chess was telling a story about his former girlfriend who had a child. He said it was a boy. Then later he said it was a girl. So I guess Jeff accused him of lying again.
Yeah.
Waikiki says Jeff Webster and Chess Hall, clash of the big ones.
Clash of the Biggins.
I haven't seen either one of them in here today.
They're avoiding each other.
But I want to get them both on here next week.
They're keeping each other's names out of their mouths. Which is not true. That I know is factual. Jeff Webster loves to talk shit about chess.
The best part about that video Chess made, did you watch it? DVD?
Yeah, I mean...
The best part was the background noise. Here, I'll pull it
it's
up.
like it's an air conditioner, I think, wasn't it? Something like that.
Let's see. TikTok. Chess Hall.
Did you watch his follow-up video to that one?
No. I don't know.
You might want to.
The one called Still Don't Like Me Yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can figure out what the heck is going on here. Let's try that first. Okay, what is all this? What is this garbage? Here you go. TikTok Chess Hall. This is the video I watched right here. The title is called To the Haters, and then the thumbnail says, Dear haters, I have so much more for you to be mad at. Just be patient. But you're saying then we got to watch the follow-up called Still Don't Like Me Yet?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that one's only 10 seconds long.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can really watch the second one without watching the first one.
No. No. I want us to diagnose this background noise.
Okay.
All right. Let's listen to some of this.
Hey guys, TikTok guy Chess Hall here, coming back at you with a late ass motherfucking video. Was gonna go to sleep, but I felt like this needed to be said. I gotta be at work at 10. It's 3:22 right now. Just thought this had to be said.
Can you stop it right there?
Either you're with me.
Go ahead.
Now, at this point, I'm thinking, did it need to be said that he has to be at work at 10 and he's up at 3 something? All right, go ahead. We'll see maybe if this next part is what needed to be said.
Now, on the background noise, I went ahead and asked him,
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the cargo hold of a prop plane? He said, yes. So I had to go ahead and ask him, well, do you see my lost luggage from 2013 down there? He said, yes. It'll be returned to you soon, sir. Thank you for flying with us. Then I said, Chess vs. Jeff on a morning show, to which he replied, he's not worth my time. Pick someone who is relevant.
Chess does like throwing that word around, relevant.
Then he immediately changed his mind and said, let me know what day so I can request off, and I'll come on whenever.
That sounds like Chess.
Yeah.
He had to think about it, didn't he? Hey, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Back to this banger, though.
or you're against me. That's pretty much it is. That's how it is. Some of you may think I'm a pathological liar. I get that. I do lie about certain things. But let me tell you something. Jeff Webster.
Direct shot.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Jeff.
Used the man's full government name.
Can't do that.
Now, could have just said Jeff, J-Dub, JW. Could have just said asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But when you slow down your speech pattern and say someone's government name with that sort of emphasis like that, Jeff Webster. Look at the face of this. This is the face of an angry man. Okay? Now, he's done playing around. Back to the show. Go ahead.
I wonder if he's more mad at Jeff Webster or the fact that his fortune cookies and kimono haven't arrived yet.
I don't know.
Maybe he'll tell us.
I know he doesn't mention that, so I know he straight up says he's mad at Jeff Webster. So I'm guessing he's mad at Jeff Webster.
You lied, sir. Not once did I say boy. Said little girl. He'll understand what I'm talking about. A certain other individual who I love to death, have respect for. I'm not going to say their name. It calls me out of my bullshit. I understand why you do it. But here's the thing. If you don't like me, why talk about me? I've never acted like king shit in this motherfucker ever. I never will. I've always been humble since day one. Always been humble. Never not been humble once. I give back to people that gave to me. BBD, Uncle Lou, they've made me. I've said it multiple times. I say on every live stream that I end, I love you guys, because I do. I love all my followers.
First of all, I can't take credit for making Chess Hall. This is clearly the Lord's work.
Loyal to my people that follow me. And if you don't like what I have to say or what I do, just go ahead and unsub.
If you don't like me, don't watch me, he says. Now, Chess Hall live in the North Georgia, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this just has a Sleater rant written all over it, doesn't it? Don't like, don't watch. Don't like, unsub. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do me. This is, I wonder whose channel this is. I wonder if he's going to say whose channel this is.
It's fine. It's cool. I'll keep doing my thing over here. You do your thing on other channels. You don't like that I join other people's streams? That's fine. That's cool. Don't join the stream. It's plain and simple. Jeff, I love how you run your mouth in the stream, but you won't say it to me when I'm on the stream. That's cool, man. It's real cool. Thumbs up to you, buddy. You're a real fucking winner. You want to know why people don't like you? For one, you're just a straight asshole. And I'm an asshole too. You're an asshole gump. Typical gump. You get in a stream, story time with Jeff. Jeff this, Jeff that. You run your gums, you flap your gums. I flap my gums too. I'm not gonna lie about it. But you know what? If you don't like me, don't watch me or talk about me. Because you don't know me. All you people that talk so much mad shit about me. Does it get to me sometimes? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Have I wanted to quit YouTube a couple times because of it? Yeah. But guess what? I'm not going any fucking where on this.
What's he looking at? Why is it?
You know whose eyes those kind of look like, Lou?
Who?
I ain't gonna say it.
How can you? Well, never mind. Back to the show.
Platform. Whether you like it or anybody else likes it or not. This video could get 100 dislikes. I don't give a fuck. I'm passionate about this YouTube thing. Yeah, I have my shirt off and I lay on my side because I fucking want to. If you do not like it, hit the unsub button.
I think he might
For the
be
420
talking to you
people
there,
that
Lou.
subscribe to me, thank you. I love you to death. Appreciate it. If you want to leave, I respect it. But if you want to stay here and watch some good quality content and some funny content like live streams and some videos are funny, then stay. If you don't, then leave. All I'm gonna say is haters gonna hate. I've never ever act like I was better than anybody else, because I'm not. God created us all equal. Like I said, if you don't like it, unsub. Don't watch. Because I'm not going anywhere. Whether you like it or not. You can talk all the shit you want about me. It doesn't matter anymore. I've kept quiet for long fucking enough. New chess hall come to this platform. The chess hall that don't give a fuck. You wanted to mean the fiery spirit in me? You got it. I'm not taking shit from anybody anymore. I'm done being the punching bag of this fucking platform. If you don't fucking like it, kick rocks. Jeff, last thing for you. Go fuck yourself. What's going on, you guys? TikTok.
Okay, now we gotta watch "Still Don't Like Me Yet," which is only 10 seconds long, but BBD said we had
To
to
all
watch
my haters.
it. Oh, here we go.
To all my haters. That's what I think about you.
That's bordering on some 8 camel toes type stuff there.
Yeah.
That was I'm disappointed in that last 10 seconds right there. I'm disappointed in that.
That's why I felt like you needed to see it.
Yeah, that disappoints me.
Well, who else does that resemble?
I don't know.
EDP.
Yes.
Boy, chess hall.
Damn. You know?
Yeah.
Damn.
What can we do to resolve this issue?
Honestly, I don't know that there's anything that can be done.
Well, no, I mean there is one thing that can be done, and that's you pretty much said it, and that's we can get them together
Oh,
if we
oh
can.
yes, of course. As far as the Chess versus Jeff Webster thing, yes, we got to get them together. As far as what can be done about preventing preventing Chess Hall from taking a shit and uploading it on YouTube, I don't know what can be done about that.
No, because it's his channel.
Man, he's gonna do it. He can do what he wants. If I don't like it, I don't have to watch. He says.
That's right. You can unsub.
The problem is I don't know if I'm gonna like it until after I've already watched it.
That's the problem.
Right. Generally, I try to watch Chess Hall videos, but by the time I watch it and say, "Oh, I don't like that," I've already watched it, so I can't
Too
not
late.
watch. Yeah. No matter what I do, I can't not watch that 10-second video that I've already watched. I've already watched it.
Yep.
Now it's too late to not watch it.
You aren't one of those give a thumbs up before you watch it guys, are you?
Yeah. But I'm
are?
not. But you know that's not permanent.
Yeah, you can undo that.
You can undo it. You can change it to thumbs down, whatever. But generally speaking, anybody that I watch on YouTube on a regular basis, if I click on their video, I give it a thumbs up right away. Now,
That's one you'd take back, probably, wouldn't it?
that one was only 10 seconds long, so I didn't even have a chance to click thumbs up before I already realized that I didn't want to. You know?
He's proud of that one.
He does seem proud of that one, doesn't he?
Hit the
Which comes first?
The egg.
Hitting the unsub or kicking rocks?
I think, and I could be wrong, but I think hitting the unsub button is the manifestation of kicking rocks. Like I don't think he's implying that anyone should literally kick rocks. I think what he's saying is the YouTube or the digital version of kicking rocks would be to unsubscribe.
Right.
I think
Wonder
is
how
what
many
he's doing.
how many people in the comment section don't know what kick rocks means?
Slim Shady wants to know, can we arrange a special exhibition bout for the Slob Olympics? Yes. Of course we can.
Bama Marine and his little lackey, Crimson Brave, are, how can I say it? They like the pink collared shirts.
Oh, I love mine. I love my pink shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Celine Driver says, please pray with me for the salvation of that poor toilet and all the stress it has to endure.
Torsional stress, even. That is asking a lot of a waxering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be happy to know, Uncle Lou, that Will Thorogood was let out of band class early and he's not in trouble.
Oh, good. Good. I don't like it when people get in trouble. I don't like it one bit. Hey, Lou Jr. had his first soccer game last night.
Yeah, I know. How'd that turn out?
Turns out his team might not be that good. Yeah, they lost. It was either 6-4 or 7-4. There was some disagreement on the car ride home about what the actual final score was, but
Who said, what did you say the final score was?
I don't even remember now. I don't even remember now. But he scored 3 of his team's 4 goals. So, yeah, I mean, he played good. He played great.
Were there any hooligans in the stands?
There was one. Mrs. Lou and Mrs. Lou's mother had to yell at me.
I'm guessing that probably happens a lot. maybe not so much Mrs. Lou's mother. But now, see, if she wants to yell at you now she's got to call you up.
You know what the kickoff is in soccer? Where they put the ball in the middle of the field, just so how you start the game and how you start the second half and how you start after anybody scores. You know, they had to start the second half, and Lou Jr. was playing center back, and so he's standing over the ball, and his team does this thing when they kick off where they kick it to the person behind them. That's how they start. And they kick it with their heel because the person is literally 10 yards behind them, and they kick with their heel.
Of course.
And I don't know if he was frustrated because they were getting beat or if he would tie. I don't know what it was, but the referee blew the whistle for the kickoff. And just with no effort or energy or whatever, he just went to heel the ball backwards. And it was just the most pitiful thing I've ever seen. The ball, dribbled about 2.5 yards, and I, without even thinking, I just yelled out his name. And that's the laziest thing I've ever seen.
So you're that guy.
Yeah. He played good though. The beginning of the game, 4 or 5 minutes in, he was on a breakaway, and there was nobody between him and the goalie, and he running down the middle of the field with the ball, and he gets right into the penalty box, and one of the defenders that was chasing him from behind tripped him, which was a good play by that defender, but that's what you're supposed to do.
They hook him.
Yeah, hooked. Yeah, and they called it, so he got a penalty kick. Let me tell you something. That's nerve-wracking. Penalty kicks are nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking for me, and I'm not the one doing it. But that's nerve-wracking. But anyway, he buried it in the back of the net. That was his first goal. Then he scored another one in the first half, and then one in the second half. And he really should have had 4. You don't see this very often in this age at this age that they're in. But if you watch soccer on TV, you see it all the time. But a winger will take the ball down the side of the field and do what's called a cross. Cross the ball across the field, trying to land it basically in front of the net where the rest of your team is, and one of your teammates can knock it in or whatever. And most of the kids this age don't really have the leg to cross the ball from all the way over on one side of the field over to the middle of the net. But anyway, this kid on Lou Jr.'s team was racing down the side. Alex was running down the center of the field like he's supposed to. The kid goes to cross the ball. Perfect cross. Lou Jr.'s right there, 4 or 5 yards away from the net. Kicks the ball, and it goes like a foot wide of the net. But anyway, so he got 3. He could have had 4. But he played good, but he gets frustrated, I think, when the team isn't great, I have to talk to him about that all the time. You only can do what you can do. You can't control anyone else's effort. You can only control your own, that
Same
kind of
with
thing.
attitude.
Right. Yeah. Like there was a couple of times where he's, has his head down, and I was like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Keep your head up. You got to. And then he walked off the field one time. Not like got mad and quit and walked off. I think it was halftime. They blow the whistle and he walked off the field, and I'm like, you never walk onto or off of a field. That's just maybe that's old. I don't know. Maybe they don't do that anymore. But to me, you run on and off a field. I get pissed off that pitchers think there's something special. Can you imagine a left fielder walking all the way to the first base dugout at the end of an inning? The pitcher can't run 50 damn feet, though. They have to walk every time. It irritates me.
Well, they are special. Especially if you're one of the ones that gave up 29 runs to the Braves.
Right. That was something there. The Braves will make the playoffs and won't score a run. Blew it all in the regular season.
Did it all for the nookie.
Yeah. But he played good. I was proud of him. That was their first game. And it's hard to tell. I say their team might not be that good. I don't know. I mean, they didn't get blown out. 6-4, if that's what it was. Maybe it was 7-4. And for all I know, this was the first game. So I don't know. For all I know, the team we played is the best team in the league. I have no idea. I don't know. But he gets frustrated.
It happens. He's
Yeah.
what, 11?
Yeah, 11. Yeah. So, yeah.
Gosh damn it.
But 3 goals, not easy to do, soccer. He's done it. That's it. The first time he's done that.
It's not easy to do for some
He scored
teams.
4 goals once, couple of seasons ago. He scored 3 a lot. He was playing mostly right wing yesterday. That's where he scored most of his goals. They played him at center back some, but he plays mostly right winger. He loves that damn soccer, though. I got to find out. I don't know. I don't know if they have middle school soccer here. I don't know if 6th graders can play middle school soccer or not. I got to find out. Check with the school. I know they play in the spring, so I'll have to find out soon. Or he can find out at school. But this might be the last year he plays the rec or whatever. I guess he'll be playing middle school from now on.
Alex Raycroft, middle backer. Number
8.
8.
Yeah. This year. Usually he's been number 3, but this year he's number 8.
Are numbers important to those guys too in soccer?
Pele says, yeah, they can play in 6th grade. Okay, good. So he'll have some soccer to play in the spring then. He says, in Augusta Sports, Riverside Middle is really good. Coach is a dick, though. Yeah, that's where he goes. It's Riverside Middle.
So cool. When he gets to 6th grade, there can be a dick on the sidelines and a dick in the stands.
You know who else is a dick? Nick Saban. I don't know that that's a bad quality in a head coach.
That is a good point. He does come off as somewhat of a penis, doesn't
Yeah, and plus he sort of looks like one.
Yeah.
With a hat on.
Wonder if he ever smiles at home.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know how. I played baseball and football, Ballard. As far as organized sports, I mean, around the neighborhood, I would play basketball, and we used to go to the whatever field and kick the soccer ball around. And hell, we even used to go play tennis sometimes or whatever. I mean, we'd go through these little phases or whatever. But as far as organized sports for a league, baseball and football was all I played when I was a kid. When I got to middle school, I played baseball and football. And then when I got to high school, I added track, baseball, football, and track. Wrestling is a true man's sport. They didn't have wrestling here as a sport when I was a kid. They have it now at a few of the bigger high schools, but they didn't have it at all when I was here, when I was going to school here.
I agree with Luke Walker, 100%.
Yeah.
I tried out for the wrestling team once in 8th grade. Made it through 2 practices.
Lou was the goat on the hardwood. They called him Mini Larry Bird. I don't remember that. Now, I did spend a lot of time in high school playing basketball with 2 NBA players. 2.
Okay.
And they humiliated me on a regular basis.
Care to elaborate?
William Avery and Ricky Moore. They were not superstars in the NBA, although both were superstars in college. One went to Duke, one went to UConn.
Avery went to Duke.
Yeah. And actually, Ricky Moore was a couple of years older than William Avery. But so Ricky Moore graduated first, went to UConn. Will graduated a couple years later, went to Duke. William Avery's freshman year, which was Ricky's junior year, I believe. Might have been William's sophomore year. I don't remember. Anyway, they played in the national title game, Duke versus UConn. It was a big deal here. 2 kids from this area on opposite teams in the national title game of college basketball.
Yeah, hey Lou.
What?
Guess who's in the comments?
Who?
Lef Jebster.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah, we're going to get you and Chess Hall on the show next week.
I'm 100% confident that Jeff will show up.
Yeah.
Where's your confidence level with Chess?
Well, I could reread his comment, but he said just let him know and he'll take the day off of work.
Well, yeah, but we been
So,
through this before a couple
right.
of times.
That's true. It is true.
And he said he's a pathological liar.
So, Jeff, what day works for you next week to be on the show, sir? Remember Butler versus Duke in 2010? Gordon Hayward shot from half court, almost went in. I don't know if I remember that or not. The years I'm talking about would have been 98 or 99. Wait, so long before 2010. Duke versus, what year was that Duke versus UConn game? I think it was, must have been 99. 98, that might have been 98. They said Jeff doesn't even know what's going on. That's fine. Just let us know what day you can come on next week, Jeff, and when you come on, we'll fill you in. Any day except Monday.
What's Monday?
He says, "Is there some reason? Question mark. No one wants to hear a story." Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Never mind the reason though. We'll fill you in when you come on. But so it looks like Tuesday to me though. So we'll get in touch with TikTok Chess Hall and we'll make a date of it.
Lou, I'll be needing you when the show is over. Or I mean, you can look at it now if you want, but to go into our email.
Uh-huh.
And one of these I need you to answer.
Oh, okay. What if I just go ahead and say no? Is it a yes/no thing?
It's a yes/no thing, but that wouldn't be very wise on your part.
Okay, then I say yes.
Okay.
I want to do whatever's wise on my part.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But the person emailing needs specific detail.
Oh. Okay. Is it somebody with a complaint?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, just the opposite.
Okay. Last night I told everybody this. Have you gotten any complaint emails to your BVD Incorporated email?
No.
Okay.
Generally, I only get emails telling me how amazing I am.
I've been giving that email out to mad people.
Have you?
Yeah. BVD Incorporated at yahoo.com. I think people think I'm trolling when I say it, though, because of the Yahoo thing.
Right.
They're like, huh? There's no way anybody still uses Yahoo.
Because I'm the only person left with a Yahoo email account.
Yes.
Exactly. We need an answer from Wef Jebster. If we could get one on what day. So
He
I
said
can answer.
Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday. So.
Yeah. I'll
How's
see
Monday?
about getting in touch with Chess Hall over the weekend and letting him know.
Okay. Are you ready for Ballard again?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going to say yeah, but here's the thing. Is he in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Ballard, when you come on, we're not discussing anything obvious. Okay? Don't come on with a 15-minute speech about Clemson being the cream of the crop in the ACC.
If I could add something to that,
Yeah, go ahead.
I particularly don't really care to discuss Alabama, but that's up to Lou.
Is that because you hate them?
Of course.
Okay.
No, seriously though, I mean, at this point, aren't we really kind of, unless something happens between now and when he comes on, when you talk about Alabama, it's already been beat.
Well, here's the we're going to come up with a list of things that we're not talking about with Ballard. We're not talking about Clemson being the cream of the crop in the ACC. We're not going to talk about what I think is going to happen during the Georgia-Alabama game for the millionth time. We're not talking about anything that's happening next year or any year after that.
So, Ballard, I'm putting you down for Monday. Email me your phone number again.
But, okay, here's the only thing we're talking about when you come on, Ballard. The only thing we're talking about is the games that take place this Saturday. So the results of Saturday's game. That's it. We're not talking about anything a million years in the future, and we're not talking about anything that has been drove into the ground a bazillion times. And we're not talking about playoff predictions. All we're going to talk about is who won and lost on the games that are being played tomorrow. That's it. Because that's fresh news. It's actually football season now. We can talk about things that are actually happening, not things that will or might happen. Okay. Now, he's not in here, or he's hiding with the typing, but those are the rules.
He's writing down the rules, Lou.
Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah, that's a good idea too.
So, Ballard.
Have you heard about Ballard wanting to harass a girl he works with? Now we'll talk about that too. That we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah, and he's definitely still listening because he just gave me his phone number again on email.
Okay.
That's Monday, Ballard.
So, yeah, we'll talk about tomorrow's games, the results of tomorrow's games, Ballard, and we're going to talk about you thinking it's a good idea to fraternize at work.
Yes, I better put the date down too, Edna, since it's Ballard.
Yeah.
Better put the months too.
Said you better.
Yeah. Since I'm putting down the day and the month, since Ballard likes talking about shit that's happening light years down the road, probably better go ahead and include the year on this too. What do you think? So, Ballard, that would be Monday, the 14th of September of this year. That would be 2020, sir. Yeah. Email sent. And the the email that you need to look at is the one with the very first word spelled wrong. That has
okay. I'm changing my answer back to no.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I should do.
What if the first word is supercalifragilistic, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's pretty easy to spell. You can pretty much spell that any way you want, get away with it.
I see it.
Would you not consider that one pretty important?
Yeah.
Thought you might. Now everybody in the comments is wondering what's happening. What are they doing? Who's getting it? Yes, Jerome. It'll be late. 10 o'clock-ish. After the victory. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Monday now. don't generally look forward to Monday.
What's Monday again?
We're not talking about things that are obvious. With Ballard. Wait. You got church on Monday? What am I missing?
Who does church on Monday? I forget.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, what am I missing here?
Who
Not
said
that
they
there's
have
anything.
church?
Ballard.
Morning show, church, and a school lesson.
You're getting a morning show lesson too. Don't.
Ballard, do me a favor, Ballard. I want to know, put those three things in order of importance.
The first one being the most important.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Monday Adventist.
So is it actually church or is it like a Bible study?
I don't know.
It's a college group that meets on Monday nights. Pretty sure there's no biblical law that says you can't have church on Monday.
I don't think there is. I mean, all the Bible says about church is that it's anywhere where two or more are gathered in his name.
Right. Okay, there you go, Lou. There's your list.
I can accept that. I could have accepted anything he put. I was just curious.
Right. Seems to have his priorities pretty much in order. Well-rounded young man there.
Yeah.
That Christian Ballard.
Especially his head. It's almost perfectly round.
Yeah. What would it be like if a guy named Christian went to a Catholic school? How would that work out?
If who?
Someone named Christian went to a Catholic school.
Well, are you suggesting Catholics aren't Christian?
I might be. I mean, shouldn't they change their name to Catholic?
BVD Incorporated at yahoo.com. Catholics are not Christian. BVD Incorporated at yahoo.com. Now I say I don't like BYU because they discriminate as an institution, and I'm the worst human being on earth. You say Catholics aren't Christians, no one bats an eye.
I didn't say that.
Well, you did say that. I mean, we can rewind the tape.
Rewind it. You said it. I didn't.
No, I asked you if that's what you were saying. You said, yeah.
I don't think that's how it went down, Lou.
Well, the people can listen back for themselves.
Okay.
Catholics have their own doctrine. Well, that's sort of the point. That's why do you think we have 1 million denominations of Christianity? They all have their own doctrine. That's why there's not just Christianity. Which is why, in my opinion, you can't use the Bible to enforce beliefs on other people. Because even Christians amongst themselves cannot agree on what the Bible means. Or else there wouldn't be 1 million different denominations. You can even find people within the same denomination that can't agree. That's why you have offshoots of certain denominations. I mean, you've got Mormons, and then you've got real Mormons.
All of what you just said is a perfect example and reason of why I don't do religion. That, and I'm not very well versed on any of it.
where did Protestants come from? What do you mean, like geographically? Protestants is just a term that describes any Christian denomination that's not Catholic. There used to be nothing but Catholic. That was it. And people disagreed. They were called Protestants. They left Europe and came here because they didn't want people using the Bible to tell them what to do. So they came here, invented their own interpretation of the Bible, and now they want to tell people here what to do. And the only reason they're here is because they didn't want to be told what to do over there by people who interpreted the Bible differently than they did. You can get it's hard to find two Catholics to agree, much less a whole bunch of Christians from different denominations. That's why I could care less what someone believes on a personal level. That's, someone's personal beliefs are theirs. My only issue is taking those beliefs and either forcing them on other people or using them to discriminate against other people. Because they can't agree. They can't even agree amongst themselves. So what makes us think it's a good idea to use anyone's interpretation of the Bible to set law or policy or standards or whatever? They can't agree. Can you cut your hair or not? Yes or no? Can you or can you not cut your hair and be a Christian? Depends who you ask. What about all this stuff you can and can't eat? Depends who you ask. The King of the Jews, Celine Driver. How many different? I don't know. I'm not sure what they call it in Judaism, if they call it denominations or not. But there are endless numbers of Jewish people, Orthodox Jews, Hasidic Jews, Celine Driver Jews. He says, yeah, they call it denominations. I wasn't sure. So, and again, it doesn't really matter to me how someone interprets the Bible on an individual level. It's when you take that interpretation and try to apply it to people who don't have that interpretation. Uncle Stu says, Lou, that's Old Testament stuff. Yeah, when people see something in the Old Testament that they don't want to adhere to, that's what they say. But then when they hate gays, they have a million Old Testament verses they want to read you. So, and again, you're free to hold that belief that the Old Testament doesn't matter. That's basically what Uncle Stu is saying. The Old Testament doesn't matter. Do the Ten Commandments matter, Uncle Stu? This is kind of my point. You're free to hold that belief, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't take that belief and apply it to society as a whole. I mean, the Old Testament either matters or it doesn't. Depends who you ask. And then some people think some things in the Old Testament matters, but some don't. Some people don't have a problem with the fact that almost every single mother in the Bible was 12 or 13 when they gave birth. Some people don't care about that. But they're besides themselves because now suddenly Tom Hanks is a pedophile. But they don't have anything to say about the largest pedophile ring in human history, religion. BVD Incorporated at yahoo.com.
I'm a little bit disappointed in myself.
Why?
Because I don't know all of this stuff you guys are talking about.
Oh.
Of course, I shouldn't be, though, because I just don't care about religion. That make me a bad guy? Don't answer that. Jamie, who cares how old the earth is? It's flat.
According to the Bible, it's like 5,000 years old. Between 5,000 and 6,000 years old. Which is false. And it's just not true.
Isn't
But
it like millions?
if you believe the Bible, then you have to believe that the earth is 5,000 or 6,000 years old.
Isn't the Earth supposed to be millions of years old,
It is.
as proven by what
Science.
exactly? Yes, he does, Kevin. I do care about Jesus/God ? Just
Jeff
not
says the
really.
Bible is 73 books. Again, according to you. Okay? In Catholicism, there's 4 books in their Bible that aren't in a Protestant Bible. Who's right? I don't know. I don't care either. I don't want either ones of those groups of people telling me what to do or anyone what to do based off their belief or interpretation of a book that a group of people wrote 2,000 years ago. I mean, you can look up the Council of Nicaea and all this stuff. I mean, that, they got together, they collected the best group of stories they'd ever heard, and they voted. Okay, these stories are getting in, these aren't getting in. It was like a draft. It was like the NFL draft.
Actually, vodka drinker, this isn't carryover from the other night. I'm kind of responsible for this portion of this discussion because of my Christian comment.
Brandon says there's 66 true books in the Bible. Again, that's according to Brandon. That doesn't make the other person wrong who said it was a different number. I mean, listen, again, well, do I believe, me personally, that a man lived to be 900 years old and that when he was 700, he built a boat by hand big enough to hold 2 of every animal on earth, then successfully rounded up 2 of every animal, got them onto that boat, and floated on top of a worldwide flood for 40 days. Do I believe that literally? No. I don't.
Yeah, I have trouble believing that myself. But I'm a pretty gullible dude.
I think it's a good story. I think the Bible's full of a lot of good stories. And I think there's a lot to take from the Bible that if you live your life based off of it, you would live a pretty good life.
Mm-hmm.
But the story of Jack and Jill is a good story too. They went up the hill, each with $1.25. You've heard that. You've heard that, right?
$1.25.
Yeah. You don't know the old fairy tale?
Recite it for me.
Jack and Jill went up the hill. You never heard this?
Yeah, but I don't know the $1.25 thing.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill came down with 2.5. Whoa!
Ballard says everything in the Bible is truth.
The King of the Jews has heard that fairy tale. He got it. Andrew Dice Clay. You're not an Andrew Dice Clay fan, BBD? He used to do the dirty fairy tale. He would take the fairy tales and twist them around.
I mean, I know who he is, and I know the whole Ford Fairlane thing. Saw the movie years ago. Funny guy. He's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah. I also kind of have a problem with the idea that people need fear of eternal damnation to force themselves to live a good life.
You have a problem with that? Is that what you're saying?
I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but I don't need that. I don't need. I didn't send somebody $350 the other day because I was afraid if I didn't, I might go to hell. I did it because sometimes it's nice to help people out that need it. Now, I'm not. I do stuff wrong all the time. I'm not trying to sit on over here, trying to act like I'm the nicest guy on the planet or whatever. But anything I've ever done that was nice or considerate or kind or whatever wasn't for fear of going to hell. It was just because I wanted to do something nice. I don't need the external motivation of eternal life on streets paved with gold in order to choose to do the right thing in life.
Which really makes no sense anyway. Why do we need streets paved with gold? Gold has no value in heaven. Besides, all the streets in heaven are paved with orange.
Yeah.
Checkerboards, even.
Husker Gray wants us to talk about sports. Miami's offense is trash, and the Chiefs are going to win another Super Bowl. Well, the Chiefs aren't winning another Super Bowl. That's number one. So your premise is wrong from the beginning.
At least probably not this year.
Yeah, not this year. Name off. Give me a list of back-to-back Super Bowl champs.
Gonna have to go a pretty good ways back.
How many times has New England won back-to-back Super Bowls?
I actually don't know. Have they ever? Yeah, they have at least once, haven't they?
Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs might be the best team in the NFL again. I wouldn't put a dime on them to win the Super Bowl. Who's been the best team in college football, generally speaking, for the last 12 years? Saban's won 5 natties at Alabama, right? How many times he won back-to-back titles? Once?
Mm-hmm.
Not easy to do. Motivation becomes a problem. People are hungry for a national title. They're a little bit less hungry for a second one. It's just human nature.
Yeah, he talks about that all the time.
Who?
Saban.
Oh, yeah.
Motivation being a problem.
Yeah. Let's see here. Chiefs, Patriots, Eagles, Patriots, Denver, Patriots, Seattle, Baltimore, Giants, Green Bay, Saints, Steelers, Giants, Colts, Steelers, New England. You got to go back to 2004 and 2005, the last time a team won back-to-back Super Bowls. And that was New England, the greatest dynasty in NFL history from then till now. Actually, it started in 2002. They won a Super Bowl in 2002, 2004, and 2005. That started their run. Let's keep going just for fun. Tampa Bay, New England, Baltimore, St. Louis, Denver, 98-99. Dallas in 93-94.
Doesn't happen very often.
So my money is not on the Chiefs, Husker fan. I would say there's a better chance
Of Nebraska winning the Big Ten this fall.
this fall, yeah, than of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. And I like the Chiefs. To me, being a college football fan, the Chiefs are the funnest NFL team to watch because they remind me of a college team. They use gimmick players, right? Miko Hardman, Tyreek Hill. I mean, these guys are 5'8", 180 pounds, and two of the best players in the league. They run a wide-open, fast-paced, Oklahoma-style offense. They're a lot of fun to watch, the Chiefs. They're one of my favorite teams to watch in the NFL. It might be my favorite team to watch in the NFL.
I was glad to see them win last year.
Yeah, well, I was happy for Andy Reid. I'm not a huge college football fan, so I don't love or hate Andy Reid, but the guy's been around a long time. He's been close a couple of times, and I feel like he got a bad rap in Philly, too. I thought he did a pretty good job there overall, but worked out for him last year in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. Big fella got him a ring.
Yeah, he did. You know what he reminds me of? What's that golfer they used to call it a walrus?
Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
Damn it.
Somebody help us out in the comments section who follows golf.
Wasn't John Daly, was it?
No, it wasn't John Daly. There was a golfer they used to call it a walrus, and he reminds me of Andy Reid.
Oh, shit. I can see him. Damn.
Greg Stadler.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'll put him up on the screen.
I was
Tell-
just
tell me
getting
this
ready to
doesn't-
say
This
vodka
reminds me.
drinker will know.
This reminds me of Andy Reid. Look at this. That could be Andy Reid. That might be Andy Reid. I love it. He embraced that name too. Look at his shirt. Got the walrus tusks on his shirt. Goo goo ka-choo.
Love to see fat guys do well in sports.
I am the walrus. Goo goo ka-choo. All right, let's wrap it up. It's Friday. Let's get out of here. 10:01. Anything going on this weekend?
Couple of football games.
Oh, yes, football season. That's right.
Yeah.
My live stream this weekend will be for the primetime games tomorrow night. For any of you that are members over on the Patreon page, we'll start the stream, I don't know, 7:30, whatever, and we'll stream the primetime games and hang out and watch those games together. I'm only going to do one stream this weekend. We only have two Power 5 conferences playing, and the Big 12 is not even playing conference games. So the Big 12 games are just terrible this week. Every single spread in the Big 12 is like 30 points, except Kansas and Coastal Carolina.
Damn.
I like Kansas in that. Kansas is favored by, I think, 7 over Coastal Carolina. I think I might play Kansas in that game. Here's the other thing, real quick too. I don't think we've talked about this game on the morning show. Georgia Tech and Florida State.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Okay, all right. Sometimes I do too many shows. Sometimes I get confused.
Yeah, I feel you.
Florida State's like a 13-point favorite in that one, and I just don't.
I think that's too much.
Yeah, like I said, I guess it was yesterday then. Could Florida State win that game by 13? Yeah, they could win by 20. But if you wake up Sunday morning and the first thing you see on ESPN is Georgia Tech beats Florida State, are you going to be shocked? Like, I'm not.
No.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I wouldn't even be surprised, really.
Yeah. I like to try to find one game a week where, okay, the underdog could not only maybe cover these points, but this underdog could win.
See you,
Georgia
Jamie.
Tech could win that game, and 13 points is a lot in the betting world. You'll make about plus 400 on your money. So what that means is, if you bet $100 on Georgia Tech at plus 12 or 13, you're going to win 400 if they win the game. And think about it this way: you only have to win that game once every 4 times to break even. If you win it 2 out of 4, you're ahead. You know what I'm saying? If you take a 13-point underdog at plus 400, you only have to go 2 and 2 to win money. A lot of money. Hell, you only have to win once to break even. So anyway, the point is there's not very many times where you see a 13-point underdog and you go, man, they could actually win.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I said yesterday, if I win the Miami game, I'm going to put some money on Georgia Tech straight up. And I did win them. I bet $100 on Miami minus 14, and that hit. So I've got some house money to play with now. I'm going to take some of that money I won. I might take half the money I won on Miami, which would be about $50, and put it on Georgia Tech to win outright. At plus 400, that $50 would win me $200. So I'm risking 50 to win 200. Now, they got to win the game. It's not the thing where they can lose by less than 12. They'd have to win the game outright. But if I was looking for an underdog this week to pull off a significant upset, and 12 or 13 points is a significant upset, I would go with Georgia Tech. And I'm probably going to play that. I think I probably will. And I like Kansas, too, minus 7. I like Louisville. Louisville's only, I think, a 12-point favorite over Western Kentucky. And I know Western Kentucky's not terrible, but they got a new quarterback, and we've seen some sloppy offensive play these first few games that we've watched. So I don't think Western Kentucky's going to come out just clicking on all cylinders. Now, Louisville might not either, but I think they'll overwhelm Western Kentucky in the end and win by at least 2 touchdowns. So I like Louisville minus 12. I like Kansas minus 7, and I like Georgia Tech to upset Florida State if you're looking to take a flyer. BetNow.eu. If you are new over there, you can use the promo code Uncle Lou. They'll give you a bonus on whatever you deposit. BetNow.eu. BVD, anything you want to?
Yeah, my streaming schedule's kind of all jacked up right now because of football. I know once Tennessee starts, I'll be a lot like you. I'll have a lot going on Saturdays. My Friday night streams now are not at 8 o'clock anymore, unless another COVID thing happens where my boys don't play. Let's hope that doesn't happen anymore.
Did they play last week?
No, the first 3 games they've only gotten 1 in.
Oh.
So.
What's been the reasoning?
COVID.
For their team or the other team?
Us the first time, the other team last week.
Okay.
Good
UAB had 4 or 5 players test positive, and so they weren't able to travel to the game yesterday. So they had already played a game the week before.
Yeah.
But so
they were good for tonight.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Had a good time here on the morning show. Football season is here now, so I'm sure y'all will be watching a lot of football this weekend. I will too. I will be live tomorrow morning for College Game Day, which is live for the Clemson-Wake Forest game. They're traveling this week. Last week they were in studio. Now, I'm pretty sure Lee Corso's still going to be in the backyard by his pool. But the rest of the guys will be on location for the Wake Forest Clemson game. So I'll live stream tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We'll watch College Game Day together and talk about the day's games some more then. And then, of course, I'll upload any reaction videos during the day tomorrow that I need to, and I'll be live on the Patreon page for the primetime games tomorrow night. If you're new to the Patreon page for this year, the way that works is around 6:30 or 7 tomorrow night, I'll post a link on the Patreon page. You click that link, it will take you to the Patreon stream. That's how it works. So anyway, Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do it all over again next week. Hope y'all have a great weekend and an even better morning, too.
He smelled the roses I cried when my baby kissed me goodbye. You know I loved him, he left me. I loved him when he left me. Been a minute, was pretty. He smiled me, boy, so when we drove away from my city, was waving from his Chevy. Will I ever forget?